Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Luchauskas. Today's the 21st of May 2018. So welcome to our video here that we run on a daily basis. So I do apologize straight away. I want to say I do apologize, guys, if somebody was trying to log in today, this morning, or just trying to watch the JFD Brokers Traders Espresso. Unfortunately, we were having some technical issues here in the office, and we weren't able to let it out. So I would like to welcome you to the Traders Tea Time this time. Where we're going to have a look at the markets, what's happening today, what levels to watch out for. But as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, before we jump into the charts, quick reminder of our JFD Brokers research page here, excuse me, where you can go in and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis, different trading shoutouts, just technical analysis on its own. So yeah, feel free to visit us here, and I think you can find something useful for yourself. But for now, let's have a look at the charts. So the first one I want to look at is the FTSE. Now you probably are aware, or those who are trading the FTSE, so FTSE is hitting the all-time highs today, and we have broken through this strong resistance level here, which was the high here in January, and now we're moving higher. The index managed to reach the 78.53 area, approximately there. Currently, of course, it's interesting to see how much further it can push. Certainly, it's difficult to predict where it's going to stop here, what's going to be the next level of resistance. Probably, if we're going to aim for just round numbers, then keep an eye on the 7900 first. But if that doesn't hold, well, we do have a nice, beautiful psychological level here at 8,000. So if this index will continue in the same manner, if we're going to continue breaking this this recent high here at 78.53, approximately there, keep an eye on the higher levels, especially, like I said, the first one. Keep an eye on the 7900. But I will repeat myself, it's a bit difficult right now to kind of establish what's going to be a good area of resistance, because we are hitting all-time new highs. So on the downside, we would need to see a nice move here back below these highs here that we had in January, and that's around this 77.90 area, approximately there. If we see a nice move below that level, and especially a close below that level, well, keep an eye on this upwards moving trend line. A break below that could send this a little bit lower, and we could see a bit of correction coming into this index. So for now, certainly we are looking quite bullish on this one. Watch out for this recent high, and let's see where it takes us. Looking at the DAX is quite more moderate, let's say like that. It met its resistance here at around 13,135, approximately there. So reversed from that level, and now it's pushing a little bit lower. So currently, of course, we are above the psychological 13,000, and we're still within this rising channel formation. So probably we should stick to the bullish side more rather than the bearish. And for us to become more bearish, we would need to see a nice break here below the psychological 13,000 and a move outside of this rising channel. So for now, until we see that, well, the downside is kind of slightly off the table, and we are aiming more towards the higher side here. So a nice break above this 13,135 could eventually open the path towards this level here, this 13,300. So for now, guys, keep an eye on this one. This could be an interesting trade building up here. Looking at the gold right now, so gold is in the selling mode as well. I mean, certainly we can see that we're slightly retracing here from this morning's drop. We've managed to, let me just zoom in quickly. So we managed to reach here this level around the 1282. I had this level highlighted here as the next potential area of support, the 1280. So we were just shy of a few points away from that level. So currently all eyes are on this one right now, on the 1290. If this price will manage to close above this level, well, stay sharp. We could maybe see a little bit of a reversal back up to the upside, and testing the psychological 1300 mark. So but certainly for now we are staying cautious on this one. We would need to see a nice break here below this 1280 in order to consider further declines. But for now, certainly it's just trying to get back to this 1290. So it seems that it's proven to be a nice area of support. So keep an eye on this one, guys. So looking at the euro dollar, and the euro dollar is, well, it had a small push here to the downside. I had this level marked here as the next potential area of support, which was the 117, 150, approximately there. So we just almost touched that level, and certainly we bounced off of it nicely, and we're currently building a positive candle here on the daily chart. So let's see how this candle will close. If we're gonna see something like this, there is a potential for a bit of reversal, maybe back towards this area right here at around 118 200, approximately there, where we could also test this downwards moving resistance line here, and a break of which could open the path towards these higher levels. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's, on the upside, let's keep an eye on this level first, the 118 200, and as probably I'll repeat myself, a break above that could eventually send this pair a little bit higher. But nevertheless, I mean, don't forget about the this level right here. We could end up moving towards that again, maybe for a better test, but certainly again, like I said, it could prove to be a strong level of support, and we could maybe see a bit of retracement back to the upside from here. But let's, like I said, let's see what it wants to do. Looking at the Euro GBP quickly, so the Euro GBP has managed to move back here towards this area, towards the 0.87600. We're slightly above that. We've managed to touch this bottom side of the short-term rising channel formation, and but still, nevertheless, I mean, didn't have enough power to push back inside of it. If we do get a move back inside this rising channel formation, then we could end up moving towards this next level here at 0.87950, or actually let's round it up to 0.88. A break above that could send this pair a little bit higher here again towards these recent highs, maybe even towards this 0.88450. But for now, certainly until we're below this lower bound of the rising channel, this short-term rising channel, then of course we are more bearish than bullish. So and of course keep an eye on this 0.87600. A close below that could maybe mean that, to be honest, this pair could be not ready for another like move higher. So we could end up moving here towards the downside, maybe even a touch of this 0.87 100 area could be possible, and a break below that could send this pair a little bit lower here, maybe towards even the 0.86800. So for now, keep an eye on this one, guys. I mean, it is at an interesting spot. It's close to getting back into the rising channel here, but to be at the same time, it could reverse back down below the 0.87600 and move a little bit lower. One more euro pair that I wanted to share with you guys is the Euro Aussie. Now we can see that the Aussie is kind of performing slightly better than the euro here, and of course now we're seeing this move here below this area that I had highlighted, this 156 250 approximately there. So we could end up moving a little bit lower here towards this 155 mark. A nice beautiful beautiful number of 155 could get tested. Also, we do have this 200 EMA approaching that level, so I mean, it could be a perfect bouncing ground for a little move back higher here, and this is the arrow exactly. This is exactly the arrow showing that. Certainly, we could end up moving back towards this 156 250, and well, we would just have to evaluate it there, what it wants to do next. But of course, if we do get a break and a close below the 155 area, I mean, this probably would not be looking good for this pair, and especially in the longer term. So keep an eye on this 155, guys. This could play out as a nice area to watch. Looking at the GBP USD now, and the GBP USD is well, it's trying to break this area, and it is breaking this 134.55 mark that I had highlighted for quite a while here now, and certainly, if this is going to stay below, there is some strong potential for this to go towards this next level here, the 133.40. And if that doesn't hold, we do have a slightly better level of support here, which is at the 133 mark. A nice, beautiful number here for this pair to touch. Certainly, again, like I said, we need to see a nice close here below the 134.55, and then eventually a break of the 133.40. In order to hit the nice beautiful number of 133. On the upside, for us to kind of become more bullish on this one, we would need to see a nice push here towards this area first, towards this 136.15, and eventually a break. A break of this area could be nice for a potential move higher. Certainly the next level higher here would be the 137.100 that we would be keeping an eye on. But for now, like I said, let's see what he wants to do with the 134.55 area first. Looking at the Aussie dollar, now Aussie dollar is an interesting one as well. You can see that it's nice, pushing nicely here. It's certainly more on the bullish side than the bearish, and we can see that we've got a nice move above this 21 EMA. We're going to be testing this area right here, this 0.75600, and eventually, if we're going to see a nice break here above, we could end up moving higher here. As you probably also noticed, that we are back into this this channel here, this falling channel. I mean, it's slightly an ugly one, to be honest, because we've got this moves outside of this one, but nevertheless, it was respected here in the past. I mean, we are moving back up here, and if we do continue pushing higher, then we could end up testing this trend line here, this longer term trend line. Just let me highlight, stretch it out a little bit here, and this trend line proved to be a nice area here, because, well, we can see that this has been respected for quite a while. It has been a nice upwards moving trend line that got broken, and now we're kind of it seems that it would like to push higher here and maybe test this trend line from underneath. So for now, guys, keep an eye on this, and yeah, let's see what happens with this level first, the 0.75600. Looking at the USD JPY, that's probably the last one that I'm going to look at right now, and certainly we made a nice move above the beautiful number of 111. We almost touched the 111.500 level, approximately there, and certainly the question here is this the new path now towards the 112 area? Certainly we'll have to wait and see. For that, we would need to see a nice break above the 111.500. It would also be not far from its upper bound of this rising channel that the pair is still within. Certainly we could see maybe something like a retracement back to the downside, test of this 111 mark, maybe even actually going a little bit lower, testing the lower bound of this rising channel, and then making another move higher. Certainly, I mean, that's quite a long shot, but nevertheless, keep an eye on this level first, the 111.500. A break above that could eventually send this towards this new nice number of 112. Okay guys, I will have to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that was useful for yourselves. And if you want to join me tomorrow at my Traders Espresso, that's 6 o'clock GMT time, 7 o'clock British Summer Time. But for now, I will say, as always I say, keep an eye on the price action, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye guys. Thank you.